There we go. Let's get right. Hey guys, as you know, I was just here and we've been talking a lot about the income and a lot of behaviors of Chris Proudfoot, which is the stepfather to Sebastian Rogers, the missing 15-year-old autistic boy from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And so, you know, when we do this stuff, we do it for a reason. I mean, not for a reason. We like to talk about things and brainstorm with our audience because we know that, 100 heads are better than one, right? So a lot of this stuff we put out there, but it's so telling. And you guys know I take these videos off here and I download them and upload them to YouTube. And so one of the videos that I uploaded to YouTube, I got to read this to you guys. I got to read this to you. You're not going to believe it. No, you will believe it. But once I read it to you, I think you'll start laughing. Thank you, by the way. So here's a comment on one of the videos that we did earlier today. And it was one of my first ones when I started bringing and approaching the idea of this being potentially related to a financial aspect. It's a theory that we are developing. And by the second video, the theory wasn't holding water anymore and stuff like that. But I find it funny because this right here appears to be one of Christopher Proudfoot's neighbors. And it says, "You're wrong." They want to just smack me in my head. "You're wrong. I'm next door. Proudfoot's homes is $600,000, not $1 million. I never said the house was $1 million. I said they had $1 million in toys. Get it right, babe. But $600,000. And by the way, I do know what the house price is worth because we looked it up, because that's what we do. Okay, so we know. We're in the know. Don't worry about it. So anyways, they said the Proudfoot's home, $600K, not $1 million. Katie gets a pension from the Army. And she works. Chris works as well, making close to $30 an hour. I'm so sick of all this speculation and it's not helping find this child and stop. Now, the reason why I'm being so sarcastic is I just want to ask everybody in my chat, how do you know all that information about your neighbor? Because I got to tell you, I know nothing about what my neighbor's finances are. Do you know what your neighbor's finances are? I didn't know that my neighbor knew whether I got a pension or not. That sure sounded like a little, just an itsy-bitsy bit like Chris Proudfoot, didn't it? I mean, come on. Who knows all that information about their neighbor? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, right? And then in all fairness, we did get a couple things wrong. The $1 million thing, I never said their house was $1 million. I said close to $1 million, which is actually the assessed value is probably close to $700,000 if you really want to be technical about it. I know. I looked it up. But I digress. They could probably sell it. I think they're going to try to list it for $799 from all the rumors I've been hearing. So obviously it's not even $600,000. That's just their mortgage. And I can look at that up because they got 100% financing. How do I know that? Because I looked it up. Okay, so now that we know that I look things up, I just thought it was pretty funny. But we do have to clarify because, we do occasionally get things wrong. And I did say he made $20 an hour. We wouldn't want to jeopardize that beautiful reputation of his, right? We wouldn't want to ding that ego, now would we? So for the purposes of clarifying, Bullhorn Betty needs to clarify. It's kind of funny. Now, this guy knew an awful lot about this guy's finances because the national average, we had it wrong because he's a tower crane operator. And they are correct. So that means he's still underperforming because here it says the national average is 32, or the average in Tennessee is $32 an hour. Chris, and you're only making 30. So, you're just under. So get it together, sir. Get it together. But I don't think this is a neighbor of Christopher Proudfoot because I'm telling you, nobody knows my finances like that. Like, look at that. They know the house cost. They know exactly how much Katie's making, where she's getting her money, and Chris is getting how much money he's making per hour. Come on. Come on. Show of hands. I'm being funny here. And this is going to go on YouTube, and people are going to make fun of me, and I'm okay with that. You guys should see me at a Trump rally, right? I look goofy. I'm fine being laughed at. Okay, tell me by a show of ones and twos. Tell me by a raise of hands. How many of you know this much detail about your neighbor's finances? I'm just curious. One, that you know their whole history, and two, you know squat. And if you just want to raise your hand because you don't want to answer, we'll take a hand too. Exactly. Come on, Chris. You could have just called me on the phone and talked to me, man. You know, I don't bite. You don't have to put this in my chat. You could just call me. You know what, Chris? If you see this, I promise you, I will put you on my show and you can have the floor. I won't even talk. I'll let you tell me about myself. But seriously, come on. Nobody believes your neighbor posted that. Come on now. All right, guys, I figured you guys needed a laugh. So we'll see you later. If you honestly believe that this is his neighbor that has this much financial information about him, well, I don't know how I can help you, but I would say probably don't tell your neighbors your finances. You know, grown people just don't do that, okay? At least people with money. You just don't talk about how much money you have or how much you're making an hour or anything related to that, right? You usually barbecue and drink beer and talk about stupid shit. I don't know. All right, guys, see you later.